Ahí está la jugada que hubiera cerrado con broche de oro la noche que tuvo Lucho Díaz el otro día contra el Newcastle. Fue un partidazo de Lucho. Aquí les traigo lo que dijeron los hinchas, lo que dijo un hincha del Manchester United al comienzo, se los traigo. También las calificaciones que dieron hinchas y al final un reporte o un comentario, un análisis de la BBC sobre Lucho Díaz. No se lo pierdan. Si no quieren ver lo demás, no se pierdan lo último. Los últimos 2 o 3 minutos son buenísimos. Y bueno, como ya saben, suscríbanse, denle like al video, eso ayuda mucho al canal. Le dan a la campanita también, eso les avisa cuando salga nuevo video. Tienen que tener las notificaciones prendidas en YouTube para que funcione la campanita. Pero bueno, quiero recordarles de que Liverpool no juega este fin de semana a FA Cup y el Liverpool quedó eliminado. Juega la próxima semana contra el PSG en la Champions. Y les voy a tirar un morbito, una cosita que está pasando para que vean el partido y para que piensen en eso. Y a lo mejor yo hago una previa de eso, pero les quiero avisar. Kvaratskhelia fue contratado por PSG. Jugaba en el Napoli. Hace año y medio, los hinchas de Liverpool y muchos de Liverpool decían que si se va Lucho Díaz, el perfecto reemplazo, incluso diciendo que es mejor que Lucho Díaz, es Kvaratskhelia, que por cierto aquí está el nombre. No sé, lo pronuncio así, ustedes adivinen cómo se pronuncia, pero ahí está el nombre. Kvaratskhelia supuestamente es mejor que Lucho, entonces se van a enfrentar, será buenísimo compararlos. Bueno, los dejo con ese pensamiento, ustedes dejen sus comentarios sobre todo esto, no se pierdan lo de la BBC al final. Los dejo, esto es Golazo, nos vemos muy pronto.
I'm going to start with this play in the first half for me, because when I was watching the other games, and then of course I could watch it because, you know, games were staggered, you know, I had, you know, on the iPad and whatnot, you know, Diaz was running amok. I thought, you know, when I was seeing it tonight, well, today basically, and I was seeing what he's up against, you know, Livramento, I thought that was one of his worst games that I've seen in recent anyway. Diaz gave him a tough time and he was making Murphy track back quite a lot. That left-hand side was absolutely in destroy mode. Well-deserved win. I feel like my man in the match was definitely Szoboszlai. If I'm going to go into my second one, it was Diaz. Third, it was Tsimikas, and then beyond that, I'll probably throw in Van Dijk again. Yeah, why not?
Diaz, the goals might have dried up to sort of relative to what they were like at the start of the season, but then, you know, that he doesn't get his goal last night, albeit that pass from Salah deserved one. I went to bed dreaming about that last night, but like, even, you know, the pass is brilliant. It's not necessarily sort of like an open goal as such, because it's quite a degree of difficulty to it, but you come away from that game being like, Diaz deserved a goal because he was absolutely brilliant.
He got an assist, Josh, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He gets the assist as well. So
it's 2 assists and 1 goal in his last 3, I think.
So he is again in the same sort of goal contributing form as Szoboszlai.
Contribution is the new thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Abby, but yeah.
Contributions are the new goals.
There, yeah.
but that's what I mean though, Abby, is like you seeing, you know, so many players come into the fore, particularly this time, but I would argue they've never been away from the fore, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think Diaz was the star of the show for me last night. Szoboszlai was brilliant, but Diaz just felt unbelievable, and I felt quite sorry for him, to be honest, because when he's been getting put through the middle, just sort of like to let Gakpo thrive, I feel like it's been at the detriment to him. I feel like we're so lucky on that left wing. It's unbelievable.
Luis Diaz, very, very good. Very, very good. And I think we're starting to see the best of him again when he is played off the left. Thought first half he was our best player. Anytime he got on the ball, he did something good. He did so well for the goal, for Szoboszlai to kind of get that position in the box, hold the ball up a little bit, and then just pass it in with his right foot perfectly to Szoboszlai for the first time finish. 2 first time finishes tonight, actually. But yeah, second half involved in a lot too. There's a couple of times where he could have done better in certain areas, but I thought his performance tonight was honestly really, really good, and especially first half. So I am going to say a 8.
Let's to Luis Diaz. I must admit, I was really, really, really pleased with Luis Diaz in the first half, in particular. I think second half, his influence waned a little bit on the game. We still had flashes, still had moments. But first half, Luis Diaz, I was shocked by how much Livramento allowed Diaz to travel with the ball. Like, there's 1 or 2 moments, including for his assist for Szoboszlai in the first goal. You just let him run in for like 20 metres. At some point, you've got to engage. You can't just let him get into... The last thing you want to do is allow someone like Diaz, who's got a trick in his locker, who's got the ability to leave you for dead. You don't want to let him into the area. That's exactly what he does. And Diaz chooses the right pass, and the weight of the pass is really good. But yeah, he was he was very direct, more direct than usual. I've been quite critical of Diaz in terms of his wing play because he feels like a lot of the time he was sort of getting to a certain area, stopping, standing his man, not trying to go past him, and almost recycling and going again. It became a little bit predictable, I think, and he has so much ability. He has the ability to make people look stupid. I want him to do it more. Tonight was more like that. It was a much better performance. Back in his natural position, which might help. Cody Gakpo breathing down his neck on the bench, of course, waiting in the wings. But yeah, I thought he was good. Defensive work is definitely, that's what does sort of make him stand out from Cody Gakpo whenever he is the guy, 100%. He puts in maximum effort down there, helps out wherever the fullback is, absolutely agree with that. Yeah, okay, I think we're happy with Louis, aren't we? I'll pop him right there.
And speaking of great performances, enter Luis Diaz stage left, because I thought he was brilliant. Not just in his attacking play today, of course gets the assist for the first goal as well, but defensively, if he lost possession or we lost possession anywhere near him on the pitch, he was working like an animal to win it back. Absolutely brilliant. I still don't like him through the centre, so when Cody came on, I didn't want to see him through the centre in all honesty, but he was brilliant. Top performance from Luis Diaz today. So I've given him a score of 8.5, and the Anfield Agenda audience just a little bit behind me with a score of 8.3 for Lucho. But honestly, I want to highlight that defensive work because we know what he's capable of, taking on players and pushing forward. But defensively today, he was right at it.
Diaz 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Hold on, you lot gave Szoboszlai Alcantara.
Yeah.
I dare you to try and ruin the mood. I double dog dare you.
I'm not trying to ruin the mood, but I think Diaz is man of the match.
I think
you haven't ruined the mood, but
slightly better though.
Diaz is man of the match. Szoboszlai was brilliant, but I think Diaz is man of the match today.
I think Diaz would have been man of the match if he didn't come off. I think when he came, I think Sobo and him were quite close, even though Diaz was performing better. But when Diaz came off, Sobo still maintained and maybe even got better throughout the game.
Szoboszlai's levels never dropped.
No, I hear you. I hear that, but
only criticism is Diaz got tired. That's not even a criticism, bro. That's just natural fatigue.
Yeah. But I think you're saying him playing longer is why you would give him a higher rating, which I get to a degree. But I think Diaz was head and shoulders the best player in the first half. Like it wasn't even a debate who the best player was in the first half. So I think that's why he deserves man of the match more.
He just got a little bit tired, so you could see the fatigue in him. Whereas, bro, Szoboszlai showed no fatigue. And what I find
I would have just given them both a 10. That's what I would have done. I would have given them both a 10.
We're keeping the Alcantara because you've been outvoted, though, innit?
Obviously.
Some great performances, especially midfield with Szoboszlai and McAllister. But I've picked out Diaz because I think he's gone under the radar a little bit with all the plaudits a lot of the players are getting. He's got a wonderful work ethic and attitude to the game wherever he's asked to play. A lot of the time this season he's been asked to play that centre-forward role. He was more out wide because Jota played tonight, and the first real impact he made was that beautiful pick out of Szoboszlai to relax everyone and settle everyone, and then his confidence was up and he was beating people. I mean, Liverpool's a good fullback. You know, it's not an easy thing to do, but he was sharp. And this is something he does really well. It's close control, but it's travelling with the ball, getting Liverpool up the pitch on counters when there's space to break into. Makes the right choice for Jota there. And he just looked back to his best. For me, although he does a job centrally, I think he always looks more comfortable on the left. Yeah. Obviously, with Gakpo having such a great season, Slot's been trying to fit them both in. But that there, he epitomises everything good about this Liverpool team. The quality's there, obviously. But that work ethic that the manager's just been talking about, he sets the tone so many times, always does his defensive work, gets back in. He's strong, yeah. He was a great replacement for Mane, maybe not quite up to the levels of Mane because he was such a wonderful talent, but he kind of seamlessly fitted into this Liverpool team. Second half, starting to enjoy himself with nice touches, really deserved the icing on the cake. And then this is a pass as well, Salah's vision, and you think, here we go, he's going to round off his performance, just lunges at it a little bit fast instead of controlled, but would have been a beautiful goal and a wonderful way to finish a great performance for him.